Hi guys, I just wanted to go over the ARMS and COPS revising and editing acronyms. Once we finish your Who Am I project, your writing project, we're going to use this as a checklist to go through to make sure that you have completed each of these revising and editing check marks. So this is also something that we're going to be using throughout the entire year. Every time that we have a writing project is the last thing you're going to do to revise and edit. So just to go through, we have, you just want to think of arms and muscles, and then COPS. So this is something that good writers always revise and edit their pieces of writing. So to first go over arms, so the A stands for add, R is remove, M is for move, and S is for substitute. So you want to make sure add, meaning simply add details, a description, senses, or live words. So that way we're not, so we want exciting words. Remove words and sentences that don't make sense. Sometimes you have to have somebody else read over your stuff because it makes sense to you, but it may not make sense to another reader. You want to move words and sentences that fit in another spot. So you can simply circle them like here and draw an arrow. Since we're doing it online, you can simply cut and paste where they need to go. Then substitute is the last one here. So you want to substitute dead words for more exciting words. So words that are kind of like not very interesting, not exciting words, and change those for those kind of words. Next, we have COPS. So this is capitals or capitalize. O is for order and organization. P is for punctuation, and S is for spelling. So this is our editing. This is our last thing that we do before we submit any of our writing assignments. So first we have capitals. So are all your proper nouns, names, proper, places like McDonald's, are they capitalized? Beginning of sentences are capitalized. The letter I is capitalized when it's used by itself. Order and organization. Does your information make sense? Is it in the right order? If not, move it around. Then you've got to go back to your revising part. Punctuation. Do you have punctuation at the end of your sentences? Do you need a question mark for questions? Periods will go at the end of most of your sentences. Exclamation mark is if you really want to show us how excited you are about something or you're showing a lot of emotion. Or if you need quotes, if it's something that someone has said to you, or if you're saying, or if you're taking information from a book. And then we also have commas. You use those whenever you have a series of listing 3 things, which you might have in your Who Am I project. Then spelling, high frequency word list, double checking online, dictionary. Best effort is really our best thing here, but if you're not the greatest speller, the nice part about these Chromebooks is that a lot of times it'll put like a red line underneath of it, and we know that that's not spelled correctly. Or simply ask Mrs. Kaiser or myself if you need help with spelling. Now, these are the checklists that we have that we will be using in class at the end of each writing assignment. If you notice, first we have the ARMS checklist. Move my picture over here. So add adjectives to describe your nouns. So remember, adjectives are words that describe nouns. Purple, to, so anything that's going to describe them. Numbers, color, size. Especially those of you who are describing your pets. You could put on there, how many pets do you have? What color are they? What kind are they? Describe items and situations in detail, which includes your 5 senses: smell, touch, sound, sight, and taste. Okay? Remove, take out sentences that are repetitive or things that you're repeating. Take out words that you're constantly using and maybe change them up. Take out any words or sentences that just don't make any sense. And take out details that don't support your main idea or what you're talking about. Okay? Check the order for move. Check the order of your sentence to make sure that they're in sequence order, meaning this is what happened first, then next, and finally. Move words around to make sure the sentences make sense. Sometimes you might have to move things. Then lastly, we have substitute. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this so we can see a little bit more. So switch dead, boring words for colorful, descriptive words. So again, those words again that you're even using a lot, you're repeating, you can change those words for more descriptive words in order to make your writing more interesting to read. Now, for our COPS editing checklist, again, we have capitalization. Start all sentences with a capital letter, like we've gone over. Capitalize nouns that name specific people, places, and things. Again, those are proper nouns. Don't capitalize common nouns like car, boy, student. Those are common nouns. They're not specific names. If you are giving a name to a person, place, or thing, it needs to be capitalized. So your dog's names or your cat's names or any of your pets' names do need to be capitalized. Then we have order and organization. So sentences should be clear and complete. Combine simple sentences without creating a run-on sentence. A run-on sentence is whenever you're not using any punctuation and you just go on and on and on. We don't want that. We need to use proper punctuation and conjunctions like and, but, or, so. Check that you have complex sentences per paragraph. So this is where you're going to make sentences like, if I go to the store, comma, I am going to buy ice cream. So complex sentences meaning it's not just a simple sentence. I'm going to have commas in there. Oops, sorry. I'm going to have commas in there. Make sure that you check that you have included a variety of sentence structures, different lengths, okay, different transition words, not using the same words continuously. Use powerful verbs, specific nouns, colorful adjectives, and adverbs. So again, this kind of goes, a little bit of this goes over to the arms about adding adjectives. So making sure that you're using those adjectives whenever you go back to edit. Make sure you indent each paragraph. There is a tab button on your Chromebooks, on the laptop, on most computers. So you just simply do that to show that, hey, this is a new paragraph that is starting. Next, we have punctuation. So each sentence should end with an appropriate punctuation mark. Period, exclamation point, question mark. Use commas after introductory clauses and transition words. Use commas in a series. So Larry, Moe, and Curly, the three Stooges. So making sure again that you're using a comma to separate when you have a list of three things. Use commas before connecting words, like and, but, or. Whenever you have two sentences put together, you need to have a comma and then a conjunction, which are listed there. Punctuate dialogue correctly. For example, Mary said, comma, quotation mark, I did my homework, exclamation point, quotation to end it. So anytime that maybe there's something that your mom says to you all the time or a grandparent, you're going to add that into your project, then you need to make sure that you're punctuating it correctly. Lastly is spelling. Did you check your spelling? Use the spell check on there. Again, on Google Docs, on Google Slides, it's going to put a red mark underneath of it, meaning that it was not spelled correctly, and the spell check is on there. If that still doesn't help you, then ask Mrs. Kaiser or myself and we'll help you, or simply use a Google search. Check for homonyms and make sure you use the word correctly. So for example, to, or to, and your. Those words, they sound the same, but they're spelled differently and they have different meanings. And we'll talk more about those throughout the year as well, but making sure that we're using the words correctly. So now that we've gone through these ARMS and COPS checklists, which each of you, there's a copy on Google Classroom. I also have copies for you in class. So now, once you've gone over this, you're going to check over your Who Am I project using the ARMS and COPS checklist. This is going to be one of your first assignments at the beginning of the week. You're going to go through your project, make sure it's completely done, then go through and revise and edit using those checklists. The checklist will be collected and graded as well, getting points for like participation, showing me that you're actually going through. Now, when you go through using the checklist, do not just simply check off saying, hey, I did all of these, because when I go back to actually grade your project and I can tell that you did not revise and edit your project, then you'll be asked to redo it again. So take the time, follow through those checklists, checking the arms and COPS checklist, checking your project. If you're not sure of something, please let us know and we'll be sure to help you.